In this session, we'll explore Cabernet Sauvignon. We'll look into its history, varietal characteristics, and three regions producing the most popularized styles of wines. As we continue to move through the major varietals, be sure to take notes on consistent varietal traits and regional styles, as these are the indicators that'll help you navigate the extensive offerings at Coppervine without product-specific background information. First, we'll take a look into the varietal's history, and we'll learn how it came to be one of the most important varietals in the modern history of wine. Cabernet Sauvignon is the offspring of two very well-known varietals, Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Franc. Why does this information come as a surprise? Well, most people consider Cabernet Sauvignon one of the most significant varietals grown for winemaking. And that's true. So how could it be one of the newer varietals created? This is explained by a quick review of one of the most renowned growing regions on the planet, Bordeaux. An accidental crossing between two grapes led to the discovery of a thick-skinned, durable grape, Cabernet Sauvignon. Great for balancing the stern, tannic varietals native to the region, Cabernet Sauvignon was the missing piece to finishing the Bordeaux puzzle. By adding Cab to their blends, producers were able to create more balanced, approachable wines with age-worthy characteristics. Cabernet Sauvignon is a thick-skinned, red grape with a long growing season. Compared to Pinot Noir, the other major red varietal we studied in this series, Cabernet Sauvignon is a grape with lower acid and bolder tannin and structure. These general characteristics provide the wine of this variety a great potential for aging. The fruit profile for Cab can range from ripe red fruit to rich, even overripe dark fruit. Secondary flavors tend to reside in one of two categories, baking spice and earth. Depending on aging methods, Cab can possess the comforting flavors of vanilla, cinnamon, allspice, and mocha, or earth, green bell pepper, tobacco, and even smoke. We'll discuss which methods impart these flavors as we begin to look at the major growing regions for Cabernet. In our Wine One studies, we will focus on the styles of Cabernet Sauvignon produced in the United States and Bordeaux. But some other major regions that we will review as we continue on to Wine 2 and 3 include Italy, South Africa, Chile, and Australia. Our first stop today will be the birthplace of Cabernet Sauvignon, Bordeaux. Sitting close to the coast, but with great forest coverage from extreme climate conditions, Bordeaux gets the best of both worlds for the Mediterranean. This cooler region produces Cabernet Sauvignon that is elegant in style. These wines tend to provide great aromatics, sometimes even with the more delicate, perfumed characteristics you would not associate with a medium to full-bodied red grape. The wine tends to be ripe to tart with a slightly sour tone on the fruit. The soil in this region is rich in clay deposits. You can easily identify this in the chalky, sometimes gritty texture of the wines produced. While the soil type has significant influence on the overall expression of the wine, it doesn't overpower the layered flavors provided by the grape. That is why Cabernet from this region tends to be more nuanced. Next, we move to the United States. Our first region is California. As we've discussed previously, California has a warmer climate than the growing regions of France. While the style of Cab does vary based on the region, even within the state, Cabernet wines from California tend to be rich, dense, and savory. The extra heat allows the grape to fully develop, so we move away from those tart, sour flavors into more ripe, dark fruits. Black cherry, raspberry, and currant are all the fruit flavors hallmarked by this region. Winemakers tend to use more new oak when aging their wines. This imparts bolder flavors of vanilla and baking spices, appropriate for the fuller fruit profile. Another notable region is Washington State. The cooler climate, along with soil rich in volcanic sediment, creates a unique, lighter style of Cab. Smooth and more balanced with all of the dark fruit you expect from the grape, these wines are great for wine drinkers who like a more masculine flavor profile but want a lighter glass of wine. While the price point for this region continues to rise, Cab from Washington is typically much more affordable than the more popular regions of California, so they're a great buy-the-glass option. All right, that wraps up the content for this session. As we work through the major varietals, I'll continue to detail our by the glass offerings for each varietal. Please refer to the tasting notes and producer information in your study guides, as those details will be tested in your Wine 1 exam. In your supporting materials folder, you'll find the study guides that supplement the major varietals and styles sessions. For Cabernet Sauvignon, I'll also recommend that you review the Bordeaux document. This sheet helps give a basic overview of the growing regions in Bordeaux and the wines being produced.